Well, our next guest is proving you can be a superhero at any age.
Author Christine J Gilbert's here. We're going to talk about this wonderful series, Super Grandma, Super Grandpa. What inspired you to write about Super Grandma and Super Grandpa?
Well, I have some grandchildren, and my grandson came to me one day while I was writing my third adult novel and asked me, Grandma, when are you going to write my book? Write me a book.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I thought about all the super grandma and grandpas out there that spend a lot of time with their grandchildren or take care of them full time, and came up with the story Super Grandma and Super Grandpa, the Unknown Superheroes.
So what are some of the lessons of the book? I mean, obviously about safety and avoiding danger, all that good stuff.
Well, there's a lot of action, and both Super Grandma and Super Grandpa have schools, and they teach the children about safety. And in the action parts, they save a child and a mother in a fire. The stop, drop, and roll is one of the things that I educate on. So there's stranger danger, cyberbullying, bullying, stop, drop, and roll, and a lot more.
So this, you know, in the old days, a lot of times you grew up in the same town that Grandma and Grandpa, you know, your Grandma and Grandpa were right down the street, you know, and that doesn't happen as often anymore. So this is also kind of interesting in that you're using family members that maybe kids aren't as close to as they were 20, 30 years ago.
That's exactly right. And it's unfortunate, but we have our super grandmas and we have our super grandpas, and then we have our super grandma and our super grandpa together today, right? And we're all super. So that's why I named them the Unknown Superheroes.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so what does the family think about this? I mean, I'm sure they're very supportive. And since your grandson gets his own book, kind of, is he in it?
Well, whenever an author writes, it usually has to do with their life.
Yeah, your own experiences.
So you draw different parts out, and that's how you place it into your book, unbeknownst to you while you're writing, of course.
So that is, you wear a cape, is what you're trying to tell us. You wear a cape as you write. So are you surprised sometimes by where these adventures end up? Because you may have an idea when you start, but maybe it goes through twists and turns you didn't expect.
It's amazing, because when you sit down, normally when I go on my walks, that's when I get a lot of the action ideas. And when I sit down to write, it just flows.
Interesting.
And it is amazing at what you come up with.
And the covers of the books are fantastic.
Thank
How did you
you.
come up with the design?
Well, on the front of the first one, there's Super Grandma and Super Grandpa, the Unknown Superheroes. So I wanted them to be not noticeable. So you can't tell the face, you can't tell anything
There's an
about
anonymity
them.
to them there, right?
Right, so it could be you, right? I'm sure. And then in the background, well, I should state that the two cats there, that's Sassy and Bugger.
Right.
And they might have super magical powers.
Oh.
And then the super magical powers may have been handed down from the grandparents to the grandchildren, but I'm not going to tell you which two.
That's a big deal. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will have a link to Christine Gilbert's books on kclive.tv later on today. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.